What's good, everybody? Back here with another video from my channel, Jake Snipes. I'm super excited for today, man. We have baseball and we finally have more than one game. You know, that game was pretty boring last night, not even a home run. But today we have a lot more to choose from. We have that going on. March Madness is back today. We got a few games for basketball. And man, there were some good games last night. That Rockets and Timberwolves game was crazy. One of the crazier games of the season. Denver won again in a close game, back-to-back nights where they didn't get back from Phoenix till about 4 this morning. They basically had to go home and then take a nap and then go back to the arena. So glad they pulled that off. They lead the league in back-to-backs, and they did last season as well. I hope they change that next season because we've suffered a few losses from that. So hopefully they even it out for us. I wanted to make a video with either baseball or March Madness, but it's really difficult when there's no data to go off of. The season's just started for MLB, so there's no trends or data or insights other than what you could use from last season, but that's kind of hard to do. You know, rosters change and whatnot. It's too difficult, and there was really no edge to take there. So I was looking at some March Madness games, and there's a couple insights, but not a whole lot to choose from. And I don't want to just throw something out there. So I'm giving you guys a sneak peek right here. Use any of these that you like, you know, make your own slip. You know, so I want to do that for you guys. But I'm just going to do some more basketball picks that I like. There's 3 games to go, but there's still some really good value there. But before that, I think I want to recap what we did yesterday. And not going to lie to you guys, yesterday was pretty rough. That Thunder and Celtics game was pretty crazy. Really high scoring, a lot more than what I thought it was going to be. Baylor Shireman, he played well. Played about 20 minutes. Hit some clutch shots for him in the fourth. But he only got 1 assist. We needed him to get 2. Derek White was dishing. We chose his under at 5.5 assists. He went over, of course. Like I said, it was pretty high scoring. A lot of people were hitting shots. Not a lot of defense. AJ Mitchell, his hit, the under, that was pretty easy. Like I said, he's a scorer. He's not looking to move the rock. When he gets it, he's looking to put a shot up. He got his 2 and his under was at 3.5, so that one hit. And like I said, that Rockets and Timberwolves game was nuts. It went into overtime. Naz Reid hit 2 threes. We had the under at 1.5 after 5 attempts, which is more than his average. And he even got ejected, and he still got the over. Even that game did go into overtime. But it's all right. We're going to bounce back 1-3. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. I got 4 picks that I really like, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, the first pick that I like today, we're going to go with Miles Bridges for under 2.5 assists. This is going to be a great game today. Knicks and Charlotte, 2 playoff teams. You know, like I said, man, Charlotte, they're climbing up the ranks. They might get that 6th seed. They're a really exciting watch. I know people don't get to see it because they don't get nationally televised game. But this is going to be a great game between 2 great defensive teams. You see here, the Knicks are 6th in assists allowed at 2.5 for small forwards. Overall, they're 7th for the full team. They only average 24.9 assists allowed. So that's looking really good. This line has hit in 7 out of the last 10 games where he's averaging 2.1. But if you took a look at who they're playing, I mean, there's 2 really big games where he had 4 assists and 5 assists are both against Sacramento. And we know Sacramento, they're dealing with a lot of injuries. They're in full tank mode. They're gearing up for next season. That's what they have their eyes on. The other game is Portland, who isn't too great as well. They're about 500 last time I checked, or a little under. But when they play other playoff teams, he doesn't really get too many assists. If you look here, Orlando, he had 0. Miami 2, Spurs 2, Phoenix 1, Boston 2. He doesn't eclipse that 2 threshold. So I really like this line at 2.5 against the Knicks today. If you look here, he's playing around 29 minutes with 4.5 potential assists. But like I said, I think playing these non-playoff teams are skewing the numbers a little bit. Miles Bridges has failed to exceed 2.5 assists in 6 of his last 7 games for his top 10 defenses for assists allowed, where he's only averaging 1.5. So we're going to go ahead and take Miles Bridges at under 2.5 assists. With the second pick, we're going to go ahead and take Jalen Brunson under 2.5 3-point makes, where this line has hit in 8 out of his last 10 games, where he's basically averaging right at 2. But like I said, I think this is going to be a great defensive game. Charlotte Hornets, they're ranked 10th in overall defense. And here it says they're ranked 9th in 3-point makes allowed at 12.8, which is pretty good. I mean, not pretty good. That's actually really good. Like I said, Charlotte Hornets are just a great team, man. Just nobody knows about them. Says here he's averaging between 5 or 6 attempts a game, where he's making 2, which actually is good. 35% is good. About 38% is great. Anything over 40 is pretty elite. But he's just not a high-volume 3-point shooter. You know, his game is mostly mid-range, get to the rack, get to the free throw line, which is just different from most point guards where they just jack up threes all day nowadays. So we're going to go ahead and take Jalen Brunson under 2.5 3-point makes. With the third pick, we're going to stay within that same game once again, and we're going to take another under at Mikal Bridges, under 16.5 points and rebounds. And he's been kind of in a slump lately, himself individually, not really the team, but himself. You see this has a 100% hit rate, which is awesome, averaging 12.6, which gives us a nice cushion from a 16.5. And once again, Charlotte's just a great defensive team. They're ranked top 10 in most of the defensive rankings. Points allowed, they're 8th. They're best in the league at allowing rebounds. So not a lot of rebounds to go around, basically. And especially with Karl Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson, who are great individual rebounders, doesn't give a whole lot of opportunities for everybody else. And that's with Josh Hart as well, who's also a great rebounder. So there's not a lot of rebounds to go around. So basically he has to rely on his points to hit the over, in which he's just been in a slump lately. Single digits, 5 points. He didn't even score this game. He's just been struggling, man. So Mikal Bridges has failed to exceed 16.5 points or rebounds 8 straight games on the road even. So they're not even at home. They're on the road. So all signs point that this is a really good line with some great data behind it. You see all the sports books agree. So we're going to go ahead and take Mikal Bridges at under 16.5 points and rebounds. Before we get into our last pick of the day, I want to remind everybody, sign up for better using my promo code SNIPES. Using my promo code gives you 2 no-sweat entries up to $200. So $100 a piece gives you 2 free swings at it. Either you win or you get your money back. You can't lose in this situation. Make sure to take advantage of the offer. Use my promo code SNIPES. Sign up for better. Use my link down below. Now let's go ahead and get into our very last pick. We're going to take Herbert Jones under 3.5 rebounds. They played Detroit today, who's a really good defensive team. They're ranked 4th in rebounds allowed at 41. This line has hit in 9 of his last 10 games, where he's averaging right at 3. As you can see, a lot of green here. This Houston game, he got 9. Just a total outlier game. Which is surprising because, I mean, he's been starting center for them. He's not really a center, but for some reason they're switching things up down there, trying some things out. He's been starting at the center position. Yves Messi, he's coming off the bench. The rookie Derek Queen is coming off the bench. I'm not sure the thought process behind them. Haven't seen too many Pelicans games this season. But like I said, a lot of green here. Playing a great defensive matchup. Herbert Jones has failed to exceed 3.5 rebounds in 5 straight games, where he's averaging right under 3. And not only that, they're on the road today. I don't expect him to get this over. I expect this to be a very low-scoring game. So we're going to go ahead and take Herbert Jones under 3.5 rebounds. So those are my 4 picks today. Looks like a 4-0 slate to me. Let's go ahead and get right into it. And let's go get this money. Peace.